Hello. Take off my mutes. Mutesy texty. Hi everybody. We should be live. Doing a little dance just while we make sure that everything is all up and running. Let's pop out some chitty chat. See who we can see tonight. Happy Friday. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. I think I'm going to play with some mermaids tonight, Craig. No, not the real kind, silly. I think I'm going to go for these little ladies from Hello Sweetums. The set is called Seize the Day. That's, I think, what I want to do, and I want to kind of mix that up with Oceans of Love. I think that would work really well together. Let me go and grab Oceans of Love over here. Maybe even a Celebrate as well. So we have Celebrate, this little guy from Heavy Doodle, and then Oceans of Love as well. We can see what we can come up with as a combo for these guys. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. And see what's happening. Ashley's here. Hey Ashley, how are you? What's up, Craigie?
Nothing.
You all good?
All good in the hood.
All good in the hood. Bye! Alright, he is out of here. I still haven't found my full packet of Clairefontaine paint on, which is exactly what I want right now, of course. But I guess I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh, grumble, grumble. I'm gonna see if I can find... Oh, here we go. This will work. Oh, doesn't look like there's much in there either. I'm looking for some watercolor cardstock. Maybe I did use it all. Never mind. Okay, we'll go for some aquarelle cardstock. The reason I want to do the watercolor cardstock is because I want to do some ink blending, and my favorite ink blending is on some watercolor cardstock. Now, I did have a packet of the paint on. I bought a white packet and a natural packet, and the white one has gone on an adventure and not taken me with it. Rude. So I don't know where it is. I'll have to hunt some more. But I don't think that this will blend quite as easily, quite as nicely. So I'm going to go for this one. So it's very off-white. You can see on the photo here that it's very off-white, mostly because it's really old. Super duper old. But when you blend it all up, it'll not make any difference at all. Okay, so this is a gummed block of watercolor cardstock. Can you see that there is like a shiny bit here and then it is darker there? And that's because this is gummed and then this bit isn't. So there is about 1.5 inches, maybe 1.25 inches, that isn't gummed, which is just enough room to slide a palette knife or a bone folder in my case. To cut that out. Hey Joe! Crafting along with my new Heffy Doodle goodies. Yay! I'm glad that they arrived. What you making? What you making? What you making? I want to know. And Amy is here as well. And Candy. Hey Candy! And Ashley as well. Okay, let's cut this down into a more manageable size. So I'm probably going to go for a 5.5 by 4.25 panel. And I'm going to cut down a panel to start off with 5.5. Slice, slice, slice. Jo is making a card for her mama. Is it your mom's birthday? Or are you planning ahead for Mother's Day? Because all our American counterparts might not know that it is Mother's Day coming up soon in the UK. Super soon, in fact. All right. I've got Mr. Grumpy Pants behind us. Ranger's lying down on the floor, having a grumple. Don't know why. Candy says, Leslie, I have news for you. Come on then. Tell me what your news is. I want to know. Jo says it was her birthday on Monday and seeing her tomorrow. Awesome. All right. So I'm thinking that I'm going to go for some sort of a shaker card situation. Which will be fun. So let's take out some of these little ladies and create a scene for this. Oops. We should have a narwhal because narwhals are the best. And another mermaid coming down like this. And maybe what we'll have is some stones along the bottom. Actually, there was a bit here that was an offcut, so I'm going to use that. Candy says, it is officially out that I'm on Christopher's design subscription team. Congratulations! Yay! Well done, Candy. That's amazing. I can't wait to see all the wonderful projects that you make with your Brutus Monroe goodies. All right, I'm just going to cheat here and freehand that to make a little mound to go on here. And we'll have some stones. And I'm actually going to go and grab the stones from maybe the otter side. So there's stones in Prehistoric Pals, which work really well, but also, oh, where is otter side? Here it is. And these ones are a bit flatter, not as round as those ones, which is fine. We'll have them for in the distance maybe. Or maybe the other way around, big boulders in the distance and then these ones over here. That would work. I don't think I want an otter this far down. But I think we will have some coral. And maybe some fishies swimming along in the background. I think this seahorse is utterly adorable as well. So we'll probably go for some of these kind of designs. I love it. All right, this is going to be my background. This is going to be the foreground, but I'm going to cut this into a frame, I think. Let's see what we can go for. I wonder if the oval frame would work. Let me see if I can find it. I think that would be really cute. All right, let's get these into a misty. When do you begin, Candy? When do you start your term? That's so exciting. I love Christopher, he's really fun. And I met Michael at Creativation as well. I don't know if you have seen or met Michael at all. Okay, I'm going to pop them into my Misty, all ready to be stamping. And let's move these to the side. Hey Mariska, how are you? All right. And I'm going to put down a mat so that I don't get my surface all inky malinky. And then I'll start inking. So this is going to be my foreground. This is going to be my behind. So I'm going to try and do these roughly the same kind of color. And I'm going to go for some Salty Ocean, of course, to start off with. And this is the Distress Oxides. Mariska says, doing great, waiting for my order to arrive, was dispatched on Monday. Oh, it'll be there soon. Normally it takes a week to 10 days, but I'm always surprised when it takes, because sometimes we post it on Monday, it arrives on Monday. That happens a lot. I always think it's going to take a little bit longer. But fingers crossed for Monday. All right. So we've got some Salty Ocean going on there. I'm gonna have to strip off before too long. It's getting so hot in here. Makes a nice change because it's been freezing and rainy and miserable lately. Bree's here as well. Hi Bree. I made it back in time from work to catch a live stream. Woohoo! Mariska says it has to come to Spain though. Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll do fine. I think it'll reach you. I don't know. I do think it's like the luck of the draw sometimes. I'm gonna go for little tumbled glasses. They're quite pale. Here I should be using my new foam blending tools. I keep forgetting about them. All right, these are my domed, not doomed, domed blending tools from scrapbook.com. I just keep forgetting to use them. I forget that I have them. One. Hi Pri, hello from Pri in Australia. It's 8:15 on a Saturday morning and I'm sitting in my craft room watching you. Yay! Good morning to you. Have you got crafty plans for today, Pri? Okay, I've blended that down a little bit more. Can you see this? I actually really like the fact that it's an off-white color. I didn't think I'd like it as much. And I'm actually going to go for a little bit of kind of this color. What would be the closest color? Maybe scattered straw or something, really. But maybe, let's see. Let me see. Where's my scattered straw? It's hiding from me. Oh, it's because it was turned, right? I only want a very subtle bit of this, so we'll see. Hey Simon, love your sweatshirt. Oh, thank you. Actually, it says Heffy Doodle here, and then on the back, you might be able to read it. I don't know, you probably can't. It says, I love to party, and then at the bottom it says, if by party you mean get crafty. So I actually have to do a little bit of a shout out about the sweatshirts because I ordered these for the design team, and I asked them, who all wants one? Let me know your size and color. And then after I had posted all of them, one of the design team members said, hey, oh, do you have my sweater? And I'm like, she didn't order a sweater. And then I looked up and I was like, oh, I did not take a note of her order. I did not order her a sweater. So I had to call her and be like, I'm so sorry, I messed up, I screwed up, I'm so sorry. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I might be doing another order of sweaters, but I think what I'll do is ask the audience. I'll send a newsletter and say, if anyone's interested in having a sweater, there's going to be limited quantities, first come first served, and you like pre-order it. So you tell me the size and the color that you want, and then I order them and then send them on, and then that way my design team member can get hers, and anyone else who wants one will also get their sweater, and hopefully there's enough to cover the minimum quantities of my sweater. Simon says, where did you order from? It's from a sweatshirt place here in the UK. Yeah, so if you're interested in a sweater, then probably best to go over to the Heffy Doodlers group, because if I'm going to order sweaters, I'll probably let everybody on the Heffy Doodlers Facebook group know first of all before I open it up, because I think when I order, I have to order, it's not a massive number, like 16 or something, or 20, but it's still more sweaters than I need lying in a storeroom. Okay. So I've blended down my tumble glass, and then I've blended up my scattered straw. But I want to, so this is going to be this one's going to be my frame, I think, because I want to do a shaker card. So I need to do this in my scattered straw, but let's cut this frame out first of all, and then we know what we're working with. Mariska says she's interested. Yay! It also has Heffy Doodle here. So you get the embroidery in 3 different places, which is really nice. I think this is going to need a little bit more sticking power because my ink is still wet. Run this through the Gemini. Candy says, I asked Stacy at Scrap Media to order it, and if she can't, then I'll go to Ranger and order. What are you talking about? teal or purple would be great. Oh, for Amy, yes, teal or purple. Actually, Piper, Amy, do you remember Piper's? Hers is like a real soft, well, it's a shaded lilac, I guess, if I'm talking in language that y'all understand. It's a little bit of shaded lilac. Of course, I could have just used this instead. Come on. So I could have just put that inside if I wanted to. But we'll do this. And I need to get some acetate on the go. If I can find some. Here we go. Premium acetate. So I'm going to cut this down to just smaller than 5.5 by 4.25. So like 4 and 1/8, I guess. Why about 5.25? I'll probably do the trick. Nice. Okay, great. Hey, Dan's here. Hey, Scrap Bina. Let me find my pokey tool. If I were a pokey tool, where would I live? Right in the middle, of course. Now, I always get confused because I'm pretty sure one of these acetates has a cover. You should always check if your acetate has a cover, because I think for like 2 years or something, I used acetate that had a cover, and I didn't know it had a cover. And I would go, it's a bit cloudy, but I guess it'll work. And then one day I picked up a project and the whole like top fell off because the glue was stuck to the cover on top, and not the acetate, and the acetate just fell off the back. And after I scratched my head, I realized, it's like, oh, there we go. So let's get these taped up. My boy. Ranger's going to the groomers next week. Chop, chop, chop. His hair is a bit long at the moment. Acetate has a cover, so some does and some doesn't. So what I tend to do is go to the corner with a pokey tool and kind of scratch it a little bit, and the cover is normally thinner, so the pokey tool kind of catches on the soft plastic cover. That's the only way I know. Let's stick this on here. Beautiful. All right, so now I have a nice little kind of like an underwater area, and we're going to put this, so we could put this at the front, I suppose. That could work, but we'll need to ink it up. Vanessa, oh yes, I had my hair cut. Thanks for noticing. Yeah, so you guys might know from what I have from speaking to you before that Piper gets really funny about people changing their hair. She really doesn't like it. She had when I asked the hairdresser some questions about possibly putting highlights and lowlights in my hair, she like went into floods of silent tears, which is a bit crazy. And it turned out she just didn't want Mummy to change her hair. Given the fact that she's going to be 9 next week, in 2 weeks' time, it's not something we were expecting her to do, is to go into floods of tears. So she historically has been a little bit, she gets upset when there's big changes like that. And then, if you're watching last week, I mentioned that on a whim one day, she decided that she wanted a fringe, some bangs, she wanted bangs. So she decided on one day, and the next day we got the bangs. I asked her so many times, are you sure you want to do this? This is a big change, it's hard to grow out. Yep, absolutely confident she wanted to do it. So then I was like, well, I've got a hair appointment tomorrow. What are you going to get done? She said, well, I can get done whatever I want to get done, Piper. Because you decided to get bangs in like 24 hours notice. Isn't that right? She's like, ah. So I came home and she came and gave me a big hug. Mummy, I missed you. Like I was gone for like 20 minutes. And she gave me a big hug and I said, Piper, today is a big day. And she says, why? I said, you now have hair. For the first time in your life, your hair is longer than your mum's. She was like, no, it's not really. And then I turned around and I was like, look. She ran off. Daddy. Poor child. She's fine. Right, guys, I'm taking my mic off. I'm going to take off my jumper. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to mute you for a minute while I fiddle with the mic. All right, we're good. We're good. Kids. Okie dokies. So, I'm thinking I want to have some, I think I want to go dark at the top and maybe even some like rays coming in. Let me pull out the Raise the Roof stencil, which we might be able to use to create the sense of rays coming in the top. It's going to be like the last one I look for, of course it is. Ooh, I could use this one too. So I've got Raise the Roof and I've also got Stormy Sea, so I might use, I think I'll use this one to create some rays coming in. And what I think I'm going to do is actually spritz it with some, I'm making the action, but I can't say the words. Spritz it with like Perfect Pearls or something like that. Let's see. Grab some purple tape. Everybody loves purple tape. Just to try and stick this down a little bit more securely. It's got a bit more grip compared to Heffy memo tape, especially on the thicker cardstock. I mean the textured cardstock. And let's create a little bit of space here. Hi Lucy, how you doing? Now, last week I had to mix up some new Perfect Pearls. And I'm actually going to try and leave that to dry somewhat naturally. I'm just going to, actually, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave that because all the little splotches will create more of a watery effect. So I'm really excited to see how that turns out. Let's stamp these little guys. And see how we get on. There we go. Love the hair, it really suits you. Oh, thanks. I haven't had my hair this short in many years. There's actually a picture of me with really super blonde hair, cut like here, holding Piper when she's about 3 or 4 months old, and it's on a frame. There's like 3 photos, a triptych on the wall in our dining room, and friends of ours came over, and the guy had been dating my friend for well over a year, and then Timmy says, I keep meaning to ask, is that your sister or something up there? I was like, this one? Yeah. Like, yeah, that's me. I was like, oh, because I had glasses then as well. So I couldn't quite believe it. My narwhal didn't work out quite as well. I think this is a bit of a, I don't think this is a misty one. Oh no, that is a misty one. I think it was a bit too high there, so we'll have to move him somewhere else. But for now, let's put away the mermaids. I'm just going to stick that there for now, and this one here, because I want to do some coral. And for my coral, I'm actually going to use some good old Catherine Pooler inks. Oh yeah. And there is one that is called Coral or something like that. I can remember it. Coral Cabana, that's the one. I just need to find it. Does anyone else out there use, oh actually Bellini's nice too. Does anyone else out there use Catherine Pooler inks, and have you found a way to store them but you're still able to see what all the colors are? That's my question for you. I swear this is going to be the last Coral Cabana. There we go. So there's Bellini and there's Coral Cabana. So I'm going to do a little bit of test swatching to see which one I would like to use. Sticky grid. What's sticky grid? I use sticky grid in my Misty because I find that the magnets keep getting in the way. Sticky grid. What is sticky grid? I want it. Yeah, okay, so this one is Bellini. And then this one is Coral. So one's more orangey and one is more pinky. So I think I'm going to go for the pinky. Hey, Snowy Splotches. They're lovely inks, but I only have the minis. Oh yes, the little like Canvo ones, whatever it's called. They're the same colors though. I quite like the small ones. Able to use them, carry them a lot more. Let's go for Sauna. Here we've got Sauna. And then I've just noticed there's like a little vine dude over here, so I'm going to use him as well. Maybe do him twice. Tim Holtz sticky grid paper. Okay, this is obviously something that I'm unfamiliar with. I will have to... Amy, I need you to get it for me. I use old Nakapa mat, I don't know what that is, as my positioner. It isn't strong enough to work in my scanning cup, but it works great to hold paper. What are these things? These are new to me. I'm obviously out of the loop. I think I want to do one more of these little guys because they're so cute. Green tea. It's a really nice kind of mossy color. All right. What's that? Oh, it's a bubble. Okie dokies. Let's go ahead and stamp my narwhal. Now that I've got a bit more room down here. What is Nakapa mat? Amanda, what's a Nakapa mat? What does that mean? Nice. Those of you who got the newsletter this week or have been checking out the blog will know that we have just launched the March Heffy Doodlers Challenge. So head on over to the blog or the Heffy Doodlers Facebook page to learn about the challenge. It's a choice challenge. You can either choose the theme of Go Green. I am Irish after all. And you can take that as literal or not as you want. It could be something about lucky. It could be, it could have like a pot of gold on it. It could have a rainbow, like leprechauns, all that kind of thing. all goes together, and or it could be the color green. And then the other option is interactive elements, interactive cards. So we could share my card. It's gonna be a shaker card. I bought my sticky grid paper from a UK online shop, The Little Paper Tree. Oh, cool. I don't know what it is. I shall have to have a look and see if I can find out more information about it. All right. Pick up any excess moisture going on over here and then pull it off. Okay. Can you guys see it? It's kind of subtle, but really cool. We've got a lot of like splotches here where it has been a bit more wet, and because we've got the watercolor cardstock, it's designed to suck up all that moisture so it will pool and bloom a little bit more. But I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. I do want to, however, I think a little more depth of color to the top of this panel. Let's see what we've got over here. So we've got Mermaid Lagoon. No, I don't think I want that one. A little bit of faded jeans. I think that's where I'm at, to be honest. I can find it. In fact, with the faded jeans, I'm actually going to use a blending brush. I'm going to use my Time for Tea blending brush. So you guys have been, you've seen me use the Tailored Expressions blending brushes and things like that. And a lot of you have been asking about where you can get that kind of thing over here. And Time for Tea have got some of these guys. I think it's a set of 3. Joe, you might have to correct me if I'm wrong. There we go. You won't even see this panel because it'll be underneath, but I'm going to do the top panel as well. I like that a lot, says Amy. The rays are perfectly subtle. They really are. All right, I think that just gives a little bit more depth to that panel. Another subtle yet effective bit of crafting. Just take the excess ink off my brush. And clean this up. The lady from Hedgehog Hollow, Alexandra Stapleton Smith, uses sticky grid paper. Oh, okay. Candy has 1 CP ink so far. Which colour is it? But I want some of Simon Hurley's inks first. And Mariska says that's where I got the idea from Alexandra. Ah, nice. All right. Let's remove this. And this. Okay, so we've got a choice here. We could either put this on the front Or we could put it in the back. We can put another one on the front. That's the way we want to roll. I actually quite like it on the back. Maybe we'll do another little skinny malink on the front. That might be nice. Sets of 2 or of 3. Perfect. I need to cut another little bit of this. So bear with me. Chippity chop. So 5.5 wide. And then, oh, in 2 sizes. There you go. Thanks, Joe. I'm going to bring this one up a little bit at the front. Oh no, I don't like that as much. I think maybe I need more of a curve. I'll give it a bit of a in and out through the dusty bluebells kind of look. Or maybe we'll do this one at the back and this one at the front. We lose our C in the sea floor on the inside if we do that though. Rejected. We'll just go for plan A. Because why not? All right. I like that. That's nice. Let's color these in. After all that chipping and chopping. Jo has been using her Time for Tea brushes with her Heffy stencil. Oh yeah. Looks like sticky grid is also used to keep dye in place for die cutting. Anyone tried that? I haven't, because I use the Heffy memo tape because it's my baby. All right, let's color these little ladies in. They're super cute. Bit of A00 there. A51. A21. I mean, there's not much going on here. There's not an awful lot of skin on this lady. Might actually go 31 as well. Bit more sallowier skin. Today was book day at school. And Piper's school was focusing on David Walliams' books. Are you guys familiar with David Walliams across the pond? And Piper went to school dressed as Demon Dentist. Which is really funny. I'm not, says Amanda. So, do y'all know who Roald Dahl is? I'm hoping. That you might be familiar with Roald Dahl. Well, I think that David Walliams, he's a comedian, but I would probably go as far as to say that he is the Roald Dahl of our day. His books are a little bit wacky and really funny for kiddos, in the same way that Roald Dahl books were. So Piper was there, demon dentist. She had her white, like, medical coat on. We had to put her hair up, put loads of talcum powder to make it look grey. And she apparently this demon dentist thing has got red eyes and has like really like a love heart kind of lip, bright red. So she had to get makeup put on her today. Before school. But one of the books that David Walliams wrote is called Gangsta Granny. So nearly all the teachers were dressed up as Gangster Granny with their like curly wigs and their glasses and their beads, but they had like a swag bag and a mask. It was really funny. Yeah, Gangster Granny, absolutely. Bree says, my girls used to have quite a few David Walliams books in primary school. Oh, today is National Dentist Day. There you go. All right, let's get some hair done for these little ladies. So that is YR15 that I've used there, YR31. I think I probably need to go a little bit darker. Maybe Y38 for a honey color. And maybe YR23 at the roots here and underneath. All right. Whew. Warm. And then of course you have to have a red head because that's the rules when you're doing mermaids. So that you have to have one that is Ariel-esque. Pretty sure anyway. Mariska says, still haven't mastered Copic colouring. Yeah, I'm not a big Copic colourer myself. It's not something that I think I've gotten worse at it because I'm not like doing it as much. Also, I'm like getting way lazier about it, so I used to spend a lot more time doing it. I think I like overblend. But I'm fine with that. All right, so we've got her, the redhead mermaid lot. Lucy says, gone are the days of Oliver wanting to dress up. He announced he was going as a muggle. I mean, that's pretty good if you ask me. I mean, at least he thought it out. I remember once when Craig, I was convincing Craig to go to a fancy dress Halloween party one time, and he was not really feeling it, and I was like, oh, we could do this, we could do that. And I think he probably saw this on the internet somewhere, but he put a postage stamp on his sweatshirt, on his t-shirt, and declared that he was a first-class male. But you know, you gotta give it to him. I mean, in my opinion, he is a first-class male. Postage stamp or not. Yeah. Pretty good going. This is the dry one. I need to like put that somewhere I don't touch it. Blend out those little cheekies. And then add teal to his hornsicle. And I might actually just stamp these fishies straight on the background because, you know, why not? Do you color light to dark or dark to light? Asks Candy. Mariska says, I do light to dark, but my biggest handicap is the color combination. Well, if that's your biggest challenge, then there's loads of people who share their color combos, and Pinterest is going to be a really valuable tool for you there, because loads of people share what they call a Copic coloring, a color map. Is it called a color map, guys? Help me out here, because I feel like I think that's what it's called, but I might need your help to correct me. And I've heard that if you go light to mid-tone to dark to mid-tone to light, then that will actually help with the blending a lot more. But it's things like hair that I'm no good at. Oh, here, I haven't even done her belly or anything. So just a white sausage I am. And her little boobies, her boobsicles. I need to colour them in. I assume that's a shell, but let's colour it in sort of a pinky colour. There we go. Maybe a little hint of green underneath. There we go. And I need to do her starfish as well. I think she needs some rosy cheeks too. Maybe R00. Maybe R93 because R00 doesn't want to show up. All right, one done. Mariska says, Candy, I use the hex chart and try combos that touch each other and sample on a scratch piece of paper. And I also, some time ago, 2 numbers apart, like Oh, 246, for example. Pam says, thanks Pam for joining in. Courtney Creeber has great videos on Copic color combos that she uses. Ooh, cool. We should check them out. I feel like this could be a merman. I can't really see any boobsicles, but it could just, oh no, maybe not, because the hair is very long. But men can have long hair, Thor. Interesting. Have you guys been watching the Netflix show The Witcher? I need to stand here. We started watching it, and the guy who plays the main character, I've seen him in other things, but in The Witcher, he deepens his voice like really low, really low. I really don't like it. It feels really forced, and I don't think it suits him. I know, I don't think it suits him. You're right, Ranger. I need to catch up on comments. Candy, yes, I've heard about the hex chart. I should get one. You should. Watch Courtney and Jen's videos too, says Amanda. Both are excellent colorists. Agreed. I like the color for the trash. What does that mean, Candy? I like the color for the trash. I don't know what that means. I learned a lot stamping out sets for the 30-day color challenge and then just grabbing some colors and going for it and create it. Oh, do you mean that you're not creating it for a card, that you're just creating it so that it can go in the trash? That's funny. But that's good though. I think that's how you learn, you know. They say that practice makes progress. I say that to Piper all the time. She expects me to say practice makes perfect, but practice makes progress. My problem is I don't have time to practice. The only time I get to craft is with you guys on a Friday night, with a small number of exceptions. Woohoo! Mr. Narwhal. I don't even know why I'm cutting him out. I've got a die for him. Oy vey. Such a silly sausage. Ooh, guys, I'm excited. Next week I'm going to the theatre, darling. I've been spoiling myself. But I mean, seriously, if I didn't spoil myself, who would? Why not spoil myself? I need to catch it. Get back to me. Oh, Amy says it confused me, The Witcher. Yeah, we had to watch it with subtitles on because they talk a lot and they mumble a lot, and a lot of the words are not proper English words. They're made up fantasy words. So it has been confusing for like the first 3 or 4 episodes. I think that's kind of where we're at. But we're just about getting to the point where you go, ah. So that's nice. Things are starting to slot into place. Because what you don't realize is there's like multiple timelines going on, kind of thing. But you don't realize that something was in the future, or something was in the past until a certain episode. So it is confusing. Anyway, the whole point of what I was going to say is that he deepens his voice, and very often he just goes and like grunts like that. Instead of answering a question, he just said, But Ranger has started doing. we'll be talking and then we'll say something and Ranger will just go. So we have our own personal witcher here. And as I was talking about the witcher, he made that noise over there. Bless him. All right. A little bit of fussy cutting. Nice and therapeutic. Someone messaged me earlier in the week asking for some stuff to go in a magazine. And so I give them the text and I sent them a photo and they're like, the photo is perfect. Except it's too small. I was like, okay, well I must have the original somewhere. Oh, and I looked high and I looked low. And could I find the original? No, I could not. And I spent probably a good 2 hours. Maybe it's on this computer, maybe it's here, maybe it's in that folder. I don't know. I don't think I would have renamed it. And in the end, I decided that I should just stage a brand new photo. So my scan and cut has been put away so that I could take a photo in that area down there. But that's okay. We're not opposed to a bit of fussy cutting. Amanda, another queen of colouring, is here. Amanda says, lol Pam, not me, I just wing it. Well, I would love to be your wingman, wing woman. Oh. There you go. You've got some fans, Amanda. Woohoo. Okay, so we've got some coral on the go. We definitely need to stamp some fish. We also need to have a little think about what our sentiment is going to be. How was the banana muffin? Oh, so good. They were very good. So Piper hates bananas. She is physically sick whenever she has a banana. And because of that, she hates bananas. So if anyone's eating a banana, the smell of them is very triggering for her. Bless her. And I watched Preppy Kitchen. Are you guys familiar with Preppy Kitchen over on YouTube? John Cannell. He's an amazing chef, cook, baker, whatever you want to call him. And he was doing some stuff with bananas. And I made a banana bread last week. And then I was like, oh, he made some banana muffins. I was like, oh, I have to make these. I used to cook all the time with bananas, but then when Piper had her reaction to it, then I don't cook with bananas at all, really. So I had to bake with bananas when she wasn't there. And in fact, she loves baking. So if she comes home from school or something and I've done baking, I totally get the stink eye. Big stink eye. She has mastered the stink eye. And it's almost as if, how very dare you do baking without me? That is the attitude I get. But I feel like I can get away with it if it's a banana-based baking. Catherine says, I have Piper's reaction to broccoli. Oh no. Ranger's a big fan of broccoli. I guess I have that reaction to coriander. All right, my dears. Let's see what's happening. So I think we're gonna have some coral on the outside because that's just the way it is. And maybe like one of these here. And we'll have to have someone on the front. And then on the back, let me go and get 2 acrylic blocks. Or maybe even 3. So I can visualize what's going on over here. All right. So we can have some of this green stuff coming out behind, maybe a little bit in front as well. And if he's going to go over there, he or she, I'm not sure, I'm going to put this here so I have a bit of a balance of the yellow. Let me move this up so you guys can see a bit. Mariska says, I have subscribed to the channel and will try the banana muffin. I'll try the vegan one. So good. And then this lady's going to go back here, I think. And we're going to have a little collection of rocks and things. And a narwhal. Narwhal's going to go behind the coral. He's in the distance. So I'm not forgetting about my fish. I need to stamp my fish. Catherine says, I cannot stand the stuff of broccoli. There's not enough cheese sauce on the planet. Nope. You see, broccoli is one of those things where I think it tastes really different if it's like you can have it when you can have it raw, so it's crunchy, and then I'm probably gonna make you gag just talking about it. You can have it raw when it's crunchy, and then like cooked a little bit, so it's like al dente. And then some people overcook it, and it's just like mush, and it's horrible. And then if you put it in the grill or in the oven, it goes crispy around the outsides, and I don't like that. It's all dry and nasty. I don't like that one. All right. So we need a sentiment. That's what we need over here. Seize the day, wishing you oceans of joy. You're flipping awesome. Seize the day, make waves. Salty kisses, starfish wishes. You really mermaid my day. Oh, I need to get that little seahorse on here. For sure. I wonder if, let me grab my curved banner die, which by the way, we're nearly sold out of. I think I have like 6 left in stock. I wonder if that would look okay here. Might be too curvy, I'm not sure. Let's cut it and see. Amanda says, Lesley, I have to tell you, you make the best sentiments. Oh, I love the fonts you choose, and I love being able to mix and match die cut words with stamps. Oh, thank you. Sometimes I wonder if it's like sometimes I think they're like too weird. But I like weird, so that's why it happens. I'm working on turning random backgrounds into cards, and I'm just pulling them together with your sentiments and some flat gems. No coronavirus here, please. Thanks very much. Oh, geez. All right. So we could have that up here. Looks a little bit too curvy, maybe. Oh. Bear with me. Bear with me. Are you bearing? Bear. Ugh. I know it's here somewhere. I alphabetize all my stumps and dies in the smaller size, but I have not yet done it for my larger size ones. And of course, that's what I'm looking for. Maybe it is in this one. Oh, that's not it. What is it in? There is a curved banner thing in one of my dies. Can I remember? Tag along, that's what it's in. Yaha. That'll work. Yeah. I knew I could make it work. Okay, so we have two slightly curved, and actually that's going to be so perfect indeed. So we could go top or bottom. And then we're going to need to have a slightly smaller sentiment. Might be, I don't think this first one's going to work. Seize the day would. Make waves would. Starfish wishes would. Hope your day is, I don't make turtle, so I can't really write turtley awesome. I don't think thank you for your kelp is going to fit in there. Why don't we go for seize the day? That would work just fine. All right, so I'm actually going to try stamping it onto this and then die cut over the top. So it's quite bumpy, this textured cardstock, but we'll see how it works. It might not work out. On verra, as they say. On verra. Oh, I have to catch up. Pam says, I am Hungarian and Scottish. I don't think there is anything I don't like, maybe. If not sure, add horseradish or Tabasco. Oh, I don't like poi. What is poi? What is poi? I don't know what poi is. That's a little bit like it's very muted. So I'm going to attempt to emboss it. I'm not sure if it's going to work because the cardstock is so absorbent. But there's no harm in trying, as they say. And by they, I mean me. So we could go, I think we'll just go for black on this, actually. So let's grab a black VersaFine and some clear embossing powders. Clear gloss super fine. Toy is Hawaiian. It is picked out of the ocean and mashed in a special boat-like bowl. It actually looks like grape yogurt when it's done. It is bland. Yep, I added Tabasco, still not good. I have never heard of that. Is it a meat, like a fish thing, or is it a plant thing, like a kelp thing? Interesting. Hawaiians love it. My mother-in-law is from Hawaii. It's a plant thing. Oh, cool. I don't know whether I'd like point. I might. All right, guys, I'm gonna pop you on mute because I'm gonna use the heat tool. At least I'm gonna try. All right. Oh, it's a root. It's a root that is squashed and cooked. There you go. All right, so let's clean this guy off. Pop him back on where he belongs. Still doesn't sound appealing to me, says Mariska. You know, maybe not for everyone. So I'm going to use those dyes that I've already lost. They're right here. But this one is what I want to use for the Seize the Day. But I have just realized it's not an open dye. But never fear, because Leslie's here with a solution for you, my dear. Okay, so take some scratch cardstock and die cut your banner. Helps if you put a slit in it like this. And then use the negative to line up and then wiggle your die until it fits nice and snugly in there. Snuggly buggly. Now you can just stick it all down and run it through with this piece on there, but I find it's easier for me most of the time to try and remove it. It depends how adept you are kind of removing it without moving everywhere. Hawaiian mashed potatoes. I do love potatoes though. Seize the day. Woohoo! And I'm going to cut one from the larger size as well. And I'm going to color that blue after the fact. So wow, that was cool, Lizzie. There you go. It's something new for you guys. So let's add some blue to this. Yeah. And we're only really going to see the edges anyway because we're going to layer them up. And this is wet now, so I'm going to use my Heffy memo tape, the sticky side up on my finger to hold that down in place. This is one of my favorite ways to use Heffy memo tape, which is also nearly sold out. Awesome sauce. Okay, very quickly I'm going to bring some of that tattered straw up to this piece. And this is going to go on here like this, but I'll add a little bit of wet glue, a little bit of wet glue for that. That's a cool trick. Yeah, I use it a lot actually, especially with getting the sentiment just right. Of course, I've not figured out what I'm going to actually put inside said shaker card. Kind of like some of these down here actually. Let's get sticky with it. I think a lot of those ones are going to be too big. Mariska says, Heffy memo tape is always sold out. Well, I've just ordered 500, so when they arrive, hopefully that'll last me a little while. We do have the refills. We do have the refills, which still works. The dispenser is cool and all, but if you're desperate for the tape, you can get the refills. Pre says, gotta go take Charlie Doodle, my toy poodle, for his hair appointment. Oh, that'll be Ranger next week. Gonna overhang this slightly and then trim the bottom. And then this one's going to go over here. I'm sure Charlie Doodle will look very handsome. Bye, Bree. See you next time. Pam says, love those domed sponge tops. Yeah, I'm really enjoying them as well. I haven't used them a lot, but so far, so good. Okay, let's pop you there. Oops, I forgot to put this on first of all. Oh yes, I started telling you that I've got the theatre next week. I'm going to go see Dear Evan Hansen. Have you guys heard of it? I don't know a lot about it, but one of my friends was ranting and raving about the music of it being awesome. So I thought, yeah, I think I need a little bit of that in my life. I booked it ages ago. And Amy and I have just booked to go see a thing called Showtime, which are lots of different show songs. I'm excited about that. That's in April, I think. I think I'm going to actually stick this one up in here. No. No. I don't know. Let me maybe cut it down. So it looks like it's growing a different way. There we go. And this is going to be our Seize the Day. I'm just going to go ahead and stick that on actually, because why not? Do as it says. Could the mermaid at the front be on a strip of acetate so she moves? Ooh. So explain to me what you're thinking, my dear Amy. She could be on a wobbly woo, that's for sure. So I'm going to add this one with wet glue, but I'm not going to put glue near the top because I like to slide things in, tuck them in behind. Nice, okay. That scared me. Like, you fix the acetate to the back of the top of the card and fold it over and then fix it maybe to the other end so it looks like swimming. Yes, I've done that before, so it kind of comes down like this and then it kind of wibbles around in front, but it also folds back up and down, which can be a little bit annoying. One thing which would have been cool if I thought about it at the time, although we might be able to make it work, is that you can like put it on almost like a string, like a loose string that you have going up here and here. So then it kind of moves around like this. You can also do that with creating a hole here and then making, putting like, so the hole is maybe, you know, this big, and then you use a foam dot which is smaller and it kind of wiggles around, which is kind of cool. But then I can't do a hole if I'm gonna be shaking stuff on the inside. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Okay, so I need to have this in a way that I can visualize it better. So let's use my Heffy memo tape for a different reason. I'm going to create a hinge. At least with your memo tape, you know it's not going to damage. We could have him in there like that. And maybe I don't really like that in the middle. Oh, I like this. This can go over a little bit more. So we could have the narwhal in the background, and then the two mer people at the foreground and on the front. That could work. I do need fish. What if you suspend them on clear thread inside the shaker pocket? That could work. Should we try that? So shall we stick down this guy though, and some of these bits and pieces? Okay, I'm gonna do something. Oh my gosh, she's gonna do something. We got this little guy at Creativation. That's a sticker maker. So I'm actually going to turn these guys into stickers. If I can get it to work. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, bud. All right. Oh, I need him as well. Okay, honey, I'll let you out in a second. Give me a minute. So, you put the element in the slot here, and then you pull out this on the other side, and then you give it a rub. So what happens is that all the adhesive sticks to the back of the element, and as you rub it, what you're doing is getting the rest of the adhesive to stick to the top layer, this piece of plastic. So once you've rubbed it all and you pull it out like this whole bit is a sticker. And if there's any overhanging adhesive, which sometimes there is, you just poke it back. So now this means that I'm not going to get anything stuck behind it. It's going to be secure. Right, let me let the dog out. Hey buddy, you need to do a wee wee? Here you go, bud. It's probably just too hot. Wants to go in to see daddy. Gotta go. About time to go crafting with my sissy. I'll have fun, candy girl. Okay, I'm gonna use that in a minute. going to go about here. And probably have that coming up like this. Awesome, awesome sauce. Let's give this guy a rub. Suzanne's giving heart eyes to Ranger. Suzanne always gives heart eyes to Ranger. I appreciate that you're on the Ranger fan club. Okay. So I'm going to stamp little fishies in the background. So she's going to go about here and he's going to go about there. So let's do that underneath for a visual cue. And I think I'm actually just going to go tone on tone with these fishies. Technically those ones are upside down, but I don't think anyone's going to notice. I might actually stamp a proper fishy size thing as well. Okay, because we're going to put these on string, I'm cutting a little piece. Normally I would cut the die, but I don't have the die of these, so I'm cutting another piece of card that's going to hide behind each of these. Just take off the corners a little bit to make it hide a little bit easier. And then I need to find string, clear string. All right. So on here, I'm going to cut a slit at the top and a slit at the bottom. And then wrap it around into those slots so that it's not going to go anywhere. And then I can secure that down like so. And I'm going to need some double-sided sticky tape for this little guy, I reckon. I think I'll go for some red tape actually. I feel like I'm going to forget to put the shaker bits in, so you need to remind me when it gets that far. Okay. So this is on an invisible string at the moment. He wants to lie the wrong way, but anyway. And we'll make it loose enough that he has a little bit of movement in him. like this. Yeah. Can you see? To secure on the back, another thing that I do sometimes is take a strip. Doesn't even have to be this wide, to be honest. We can go half as wide, like this. And I'll put him roughly where I want him to be, like here. Secure him with my tape. Pull that tight, but not too tight, if you know what I mean. And then wrap this around here. And instead of if I pull this taut, it's probably hard for you guys to see, but if I pull this taut, this string would lie like here, but I'm just going to make it slightly looser. So because it's gone round and round that strip, it ain't going nowhere. And then I use my other strip for the bottom. And this time I pull tight. And I do the same. This one's not as, doesn't need to be as tight. Get a little bit of a wiggle with him. Oh, it looks like he's giving him a kiss. Love it. So let's do the same on the other side. He's gonna float around like this. Oh, he's kind of like in his face a little bit. I think I was a bit too eager with it. Where did my other lady go to? Oh, lady. You're right here. Let's do your string. Wrap around a few times. Oh, I think I've done my slits on the wrong side for her. I'll need to make this narrower. There we go. So she's going to float up and down like this. Nice. So I wonder how I can, I was too generous with my tape. Oh well. Hey Aunt Max, dropping in for a few minutes to say hey. Hey back at ya. Got some mermaids going on tonight, Aunt Max. And I don't know if this is a mermaid or a merman. Jury's out. All right, so these mer people are getting super excited about this narwhal. Maybe it's the first time they've seen one. I'd be pretty excited if I saw a narwhal, to be fair. Okay, let's trim off the excess on the back here. And secure these guys with a bit more tape. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, but anyway, just in case. One thing I haven't done yet and I wanted to do was add some white accents. So I'm going to grab a white pen, clean off the nib. And draw a couple of little lines on all these elements here. I'll have to do the front as well. Nice. All right. I'm also going to go ahead and draw little circles. And add some white dots to the background. And some little star kind of shapes or crosses. Just to help fill up that background a little bit more. So both of these guys can wibbly wobbly. Yes, sir. I can wibble. these guys are gonna look like this. So we are gonna need to have some foam tape in here. And it just so happens I have some 5mm wide foam tape right here. It's going to go all the way around the outside edge. Now, you guys will know that I have been using this foam for a while instead of the 3M foam. And the reason being that this foam is deeper. So I only need to use one layer of foam instead of doubling it up to 2 layers. And you heard it here first. I am hoping to get some Heffy Doodle branded, Heffy Doodle own foam tape soon. So, Joe says, oh, hold on. I've been quiet for a while, so hubby is starting to wonder what I'm up to. Tell him crafty shenanigans, suggests Amanda. Joe says, I loved Hello Sweetums, such a shame. I know, did you guys know that Hello Sweetums they're no longer trading, I guess, is the nice way to put it. Always upsets me because, like Joe and myself, you know, our mortgage depends on our businesses. He's already been in the craft room and said, have you been staring at that small screen for an hour? Yeah, guilty. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of tidying because my crafting space is becoming smaller and smaller. Put away this string as well. Yay, they made it for you. So exciting. I will need your tape. Says Amy. Yeah. They are going to do as I asked. Or at least that's the plan anyway. Joe says, hoping to see the finished card before I have to go. Well, we're nearly done. I just need to figure out what we're going to put in the middle. So I'm going to pop that in there. Let's get, okay, so I have got somewhere some yellow sand. We could try to put the yellow sand in there, or we could put like sequins, and let's see what we've got. Okay, I've got like a yellowy goldeny seed bead. That would be pretty. We can mix with those yellows. We could probably mix in some browns, maybe not too many, that's a bit dark. And maybe some yes sir, I can boogie. Okay, so I've pulled out a couple of things here because I think it would be nice to keep with the sandy kind of thing. So I've got these seed beads, and then maybe just a few of those darker ones. And then I also have some of this gold stuff, which would be kind of cool. Ooh, Jo says that she has photos too. After my mom said it. Yes, absolutely. Will you see her tomorrow? Now, I always end up putting in the shaky bits and then having to remove the release paper, and it like jumps the shaky thing. So I'm gonna try and do this. Ranger wants back in again, bless him. You want in, buddy? Coming in? We're nearly finished. Come on. No, I'm going into Dad. Seed beads would be cool. Yeah. Not many of these dark ones, because I think they will kind of look like stones though, which is really cool. These are micro beads. And then of course you have to have a little bit of glitz. Yes, seeing her tomorrow, she's gonna love it. Oh, it's cat themed. A little bit of perfect day, maybe? Beautiful. Okay, so I just can't help myself. I'm going to put some gold glitter in here. Although not much, because I haven't put anti-static anywhere. But if I just put a little bit of gold glamour dust, we'll see. All right. Hopefully I haven't got any of those stuck between my top layer and the glue. That's the one. Rosie the cat almost just typed my reply there. Oh, everybody loves a crafty kitty. When we had a cat, she was a crafty kitty also. She used to come, I would be making scrapbook layouts for the scrapbook magazine. Ah, oh, look, you can just see a little bit here of the foam. You guys probably can't even see it, but it's gonna bug me. So I'm gonna fix that with a little bit tape runner. There we go. Nobody would have even known. All right. This guy up top doesn't move very much. but that's okay. I wonder if he's stuck a little. There, he's moving some more now. All right. Put these away. And then, of course, I need to put it onto a card blank. So I actually am going to use some of that same card, slightly off-white color, because it's really thick. So it's going to stand up much better than any other card that I have in the craft room. This one is really, really thick. So it'll work perfectly. He just wants the narwhal kisses. Yeah, I think that's what it is. He's like, race you to the narwhal, I win. Loving it. This card is adorable, says Jen. Had to go wait, but glad I was back in time to see the end result. Let me see if I can stick this on without screwing it up. Oops. There we go. I am loving it. Right, I need to add my white. To these bits on the front. There we go. I think we're done. So it's kind of cool actually because it hides the shaker element, and then whenever you tip it. This little mermaid is all about the bobbing around. This guy hugging all the kisses. I think maybe his string was too tight. We'll live and learn. But it's got a gorgeous kind of sparkle to it, which I'm really liking. Awesome! Yay, okay, I'm really happy. I am going to call that a night actually because I'm hungry. I have no right to be hungry because we had pizza for dinner. But I am. I think it's Jen's fault because she was talking about dinner. All right, guys, head on over to the Heffy Doodlers Facebook group or the Heffy Doodle blog. Check out this month's challenge, Go Green or Interactive. And you can share a card as long as it has at least one Heffy Doodle element on it. Then you can share that card and enter it into the competition. Or the challenge, I should say. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you guys next week. What's happening next week? Yeah, I think we're okay for Friday next week. Saturday is Piper's party. Cool. All right, everybody, where's my mouse? There it is. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Sleep well. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me for crafting tonight.